We've been together for a week now. A week full of uncomfortable, awkward moments where I had to share personal stuff about my life with you and be and feel with you. Although we've never talked before. And there's moments I realize how little I knew about you, although I've been with you for 4 years. And there's moments I became aware of how for 4 years we've been avoiding interacting with each other on a personal level. We only spoke to each other when needed to, like for group work. This uncomfortable safe space made me aware of how we are trying so hard to run away from our truth, run away from the fact that our past still has effects on our present, on our today. How we do not want to admit that there is still an advantage to being you in this country, and there is still a disadvantage in being me in this country. Like how the best schools in the country are your schools. Like how being you gets a first preference for a job over people like me. It got me thinking about how we are turning a deaf ear on the fact that you and I in this country do not have the same opportunities. Don't get me wrong, I'm not focusing on who's more privileged and who's less privileged or whose fault it is. I'm not accusing you. This got me thinking about how we can laugh and joke together, but not making real friends, meaningful relationships. You may say, oh, I have friends that look like you, but really? How often have you invited me to come into your home and dine with you? We're running away from admitting that we have unfinished business with each other. We have stuff to admit to each other. We have stuff that we need to talk about with each other. And you admit that you sometimes feel superior to me. When are we going to admit that South Africa has a standard that everybody has to meet, and that standard is your standard? Look at how I need to learn to speak your language so that I can speak with you, while you cannot speak a few sentences of my language. We need to start creating those uncomfortable spaces wherever we go. In social groups, at work, in schools, at home with our children. I mean, everyone has to be part of this in this South Africa today, so that we can talk about these issues and find a way forward, a way to forgive each other, a space where we can be honest and brutal as we can about how all of this makes you and me feel, without the fear of hurting mine and your feelings. We are both wounded. You come to this place with me.